Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to respond to what is happening in Ondo State presently concerning the sickness of Mr. Governor and the advantage some people who are supposed to hold sway for him have taken concerning the situation. And the intervention of Mr. President, the person of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. First and foremost, let me thank Mr. President for this intervention and his fatherly role, though he had a caveat of trying to understand what the law says, the position of the law as far as the situation is concerned, and he's being careful so that Ondo State people will not begin to say, does he have the constitutional power to do one or two things? And I see the role being played as a twin role of leadership, and at the same time, role of a father. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for this. Agbanya Dale. But we must not run away from this simple fact that if this peace that was pursued even up to Abuja is ever seen in the horizon as what will be useful, why can't this peace be used even early enough, or be tried, or be tested, if it can work at home here in Ondo State? It is a shame. It is a shame on the leadership of the party in Ondo State. It is a shame on the people Governor Akeredolu gave power to act on his behalf. I want to believe the hailing governor, if he should hear this or see what is happening in Ondo State, on his sick bed, he will be highly disappointed. Highly disappointed in the sense that personal interest has been allowed to overweigh governance. What do I mean? The so-called people that are preventing the rule of law, the sanctity of rule of law to be respected, are they so concerned about the state? No. People today that are trying to see everything that Ondo State has achieved crumbled for their own personal interest, they have done that simply because Mr. Governor is not around. I seen Leo Logini, Iledile Ekute. They are not even concerned about the health of Mr. Governor. What they are concerned about is power. Power that is transient. Power that is evanescence. Power that even if you spend 30 years, one day, if you don't live there, you will die. And power will leave you. No governance. Governance by its nature is never used by vacuum. It is quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation. I look at all the environments, I look at all the funny agreements that they said they had in Abuja. The so-called people who went to Abuja, they are ungodly. They are wicked. They don't put the interest of Ondo State at all. How many persons followed the deputy governor to Abuja? Nobody. The deputy governor that was voted in with Mr. President, irrespective of whatever arrangement, either it was unpicked on the road or from the gutter, they were both voted for. But I saw numbers of people from the executive and the State House of Assembly who went to Abuja. They turned Deputy Governor, they turned him to Omosuwa, a child that has nobody. They believe they can suppress the truth. I don't have any link. I don't have any fraternity with anybody. But what I'm concerned about is I cannot open my eyes and watch Ondo State being trampled upon like a rag. No, God forbid. And I will not fear anybody, no matter whose house is God. I will not fear anybody, and nobody can bridle my mouth. I will say the truth. You said you went to Abuja. When you look at all what they were saying, they think President Tinubu is a fool. Tinubu that has tried to give you governor 3 times. You people were saying, it's Ajele, is this, is that. Now you brought your matter to him now. So you want Tinubu to superimpose on you and tell you, go and do this, go and do that, when you cannot fix your own house. It is a shame on you people. Shame. And it was they were so quick to begin to read points to their own favor. They said that President Tinubu had given an advice that the status quo should be maintained. Status quo of what? The status quo that the speaker should not be impeached. The status quo of the party structure should not be tinkered with. The status quo of the executive should none of them should be removed. You never, none of you was able to think about the interest of Ondo State. Where is Mr. Governor? How is his state of health? And in the absence of Mr. Governor, who acts according to Constitution? They never mention that even the House should be made to go and make a pronouncement, make a resolution that the Deputy Governor should act in acting capacity. Why Mr. Governor recuperates? All what they are talking about is just about themselves, about themselves, about themselves. It is quite unfortunate. And you people say you love Ondo State, you don't love Ondo State. Some of us have come out to talk. It's not as if we are foolish. I am one of the 3 members that went to Baba Fashionati to go and report the situation. We never went there to go and accuse anybody. The way it was managed, some people made it to be as if we went there to go and maybe report some people. No, we want to make sure that Baba and Chief Arugbofa and some of the kings there, we want to acquaint them with the situation of what is happening in Ondo State. We never go there to go and report anybody. The response of about 2 kings there that day was that they want to call the other party, which I defer to. There was no party here, because nobody will say is not aware of the situation of things in Ondo State presently. So reporting, or you are calling another party, is as if one has come to report some people. No, we are only getting them acquainted with the situation, that this is what is happening in Ondo State, and nobody can say is not aware of what is happening. But they are elderly people. That was the way they thought they could manage it that day, by saying they will call the other party, which we were not even ready to even sit with anybody. All we wanted to do is to make sure we hit the street, make our protest, and at the same time tell the whole world that we are concerned. We are not in Banana Republic. We are not monkeys. We are human beings. We have law that has to be respected. If those laws are not respected, then we have to go to court. It is commonsensical that the purpose of having a deputy or vice in every government is that if the other person cannot function, you use the other one. It's like you are traveling. You have 2 engines in a car, or you have 2 engines on a plane. If the other one could not function well, you use the other one. The people that put it there that way, they are not stupid. So it is not you people that are saddled with the responsibility of making things work that will now do something contrary. It is a shame that during your own time, the whole world is watching you. The whole world is watching you. People want Ondo State to be messed up. People want Ondo State to be messed up. It is a shame. Posterity will be harsh with you. Some of us are surviving without any government patronage. We are okay with it. We are okay. And we are not bothered. Our action is not born out of malice or anything. No, it's not born out of malice or any bad faith. But what we are doing is the right thing has to be done. People have started saying that it was Ekiti that was holding Ondo State tight those days. If not, things wouldn't have been good. He said this thing cannot happen in Ekiti. But it's happening in Ondo State now. They said since Ekiti has gone, Ondo State has become the shadow of itself. Yoruba will say, "Ìlú tí ò bá ti sí òfin, ìjìyà ò sí." We have our laws. It's so simple. Nobody prays that Mr. Governor should die. We are praying that God Almighty should bring him back. With the work that he started with, he should continue it. And he should be the father of his children and husband of his wife till old age. And for him to live longer, even than the mother that was buried recently. These are our prayers. But that does not mean that some people should hold on those states in the jugular, and destinies of about 4 million people should just perish. Nothing is happening in those states. All what we are supposed to be doing at the national, nothing is happening. We don't have governors. We don't have a governor. We don't have deputy governor. We don't have local government chairman. How will this be run? And some people are feeding so fat in this situation. What we hear is Mr. Governor said. Mr. Governor said. Don't we have right to ask about the situation of things concerning our governor? Is the governor not our servant? Is he not our son? Did we not give the state to him in trust for him to so act? So, all these questions, don't we have right to ask? But you people think that you are like the parasite that says, if the dog like, let the dog die. But forgetting that wherever goes the carcass of the dog, that is where you go to. Whatever you do, whatever you think you are doing now, you cannot be so perfect. No crime is perfect. You must leave some traces behind that will make somebody who is more perfect to catch up with you. Whatever you think you can do now, posterity will be very harsh with you, and posterity will not favor you. And I know one thing, the Bible says, and the light overpowered darkness. Darkness comprehended it not. The truth shall always prevail. Lie can run for many years, but within a twinkle of an eye, the truth will overtake it. I don't see anything in this resolution. This resolution that they say they did in Abuja, I don't believe in it because it will not work. The status quo that they are mentioning has no weight. You want to, the same set of people who could not make the deputy governor function as an acting governor, they are the same people that are going to work with him. I see it as a Greek gift. I see it like Oku Ruton Singh, that's a Yosita. When you bury a dead body in the night and the leg is outside, what's the essence of burying it? So it can't work. It will not work. I am not a pessimist. But when we see what will work, we know. All this thing is like it can't work. We want the deputy governor to act, and we want him to work. Whoever that can work with him, let them work with him. The one that cannot work with him, let them find their way, and let Ondo State move peacefully, like a flowing river. Don't turn Ondo State to a lake where you drop debt, you drop anything. This is my opinion. My name is Omosuwa Olufemi Mayor. I'm a lawyer by profession. And to the glory of God, we are surviving. You can have everything that you think you are controlling now, but you cannot bridle my mouth. And you cannot take the truth away from me. Good morning, and God bless every one of us.